WM is North America's largest recycler. We have a big job to do as we work for a sustainable tomorrow. To get there, we need your help. For recycling programs to be effective, we need everyone to do their part. WM is dedicated to educating customers and our communities about the importance of recycling right. Chances are you recycled something today. When you recycle, you're saving natural resources and giving that material a second life to serve a new purpose. We want to show you how we get your recyclables back on the shelf for you to use again. Did you know the newspaper you recycled can be turned into toilet paper or tissue paper? But for this process to work, you must put the correct material in your recycling bin. Too much contamination or residue can hurt the process and ruin otherwise good recyclables. Most communities participate in single-stream recycling programs, meaning all acceptable recyclables can be put into one bin for collection. When recyclables are picked up from the curb, they're taken to WM's Material Recovery Facility, also known as a MRF, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is where a combination of hardworking employees and machinery sort your recyclables by material type and ship to manufacturers that will give these products their second life. When collection trucks arrive at our MRF, they're weighed and backed onto the tipping floor where the materials are unloaded. From here, the materials are loaded onto the main feed conveyor and the sorting process begins. The first stop is the pre-sort area. As material moves across the belt, our team identifies and removes any unacceptable materials and places them into the contamination bins. These items include plastic bags, tanglers such as wires and holiday lights, helium tanks, and large bulky items. Sometimes we even see bowling balls roll down the line. Customers are often unsure what materials are accepted in their recycling program, leading to trash or contamination in recycling loads. The pre-sort is an important step in the recycling process, and as you can see, our employees are exposed to different items moving across the belt. Safety is top priority. We provide protective gloves and equipment to our employees, but the risk still exists. That's why it's so important that you know what materials should not be placed in your recycling cart or bin. Items like needles, batteries, aerosol containers, and propane tanks are all hazards and can jeopardize the safety of our employees and the facility. After going through the pre-sort area, materials continue through the sorting process to a series of disc screens. These disc screens are specifically designed pieces of equipment that consist of rows of rotating discs used to sort fiber materials such as cardboard and paper. Here you see the old corrugated cardboard screen, or as we call it, the OCC screen, where cardboard is being sorted and sent directly to a storage area for baling. Contamination like plastic bags, plastic film, clothing, and rubber hoses get wrapped around the screens, preventing them from properly sorting or stopping them altogether. We often have to climb into the machines to cut out these materials by hand. The remaining recyclables that have fallen between the screens are then sent to the next sorting area called a combination screen. This screen separates acceptable fiber materials such as office paper, newspaper, and advertisements, and items like cereal boxes and magazines from containers such as bottles and cans. Next, an optic sorter will be used to sort these fiber commodities even further. Before the sort is complete, the material is sent down a conveyor where a final quality check is performed. Paper and cardboard have now been pulled from the line, leaving the remaining materials for additional sorting. A magnet removes the steel cans, and another screen breaks and removes glass. The glass is transferred by conveyor to an outside storage area. It's important to check with your municipality or recycling provider to see if glass is accepted in your recycling program. Aluminum cans are propelled out of the stream using an eddy current separator. The eddy current creates a magnetic field that propels the aluminum cans across a divider and into a storage bunker for baling. Our facility sorts for aluminum cans and bottles. Aluminum foil, pie pans, and large metal objects such as car parts are not meant to be sorted at our single-stream recycling facility. We're now left with plastic containers. These containers will be sorted using high-tech optical sorting technology to recover plastic jars, bottles, and jugs. This process uses a combination of lights, cameras, and air pressure to sort plastic by number, otherwise known as the resin code. This number can be found on the plastic container and is shown inside the recycling symbol. As the targeted material passes under the optics, compressed air is used to propel the container from the belt, allowing other containers to continue in the sorting process. The easiest way to remember what plastics are accepted is to use shape as a guide. Recycle only plastics shaped as jars, bottles, and jugs. When you recycle right, plastic containers can be made into new products such as clothing or carpet. As recyclables are sorted, the materials fall into bunkers until they're ready for baling. Contents from bunkers are released onto a conveyor that feeds the baling equipment. This baler compresses the recyclables and uses wire to tie the material into the bales. All baled products maintain strict quality limits, and the removal of contamination is a very important part of our production. These bales are stored and eventually loaded onto trailers, shipping containers, or rail cars to be delivered to paper mills, plastic, and other manufacturers. Every day we collect and sort tons and tons of recyclables. It takes everyone to make recycling work. Now more than ever, it's important that only the right items, free from contamination, make their way into your recycling bin to help keep recycling sustainable. Food or liquids placed in the recycling bin can saturate paper and cardboard. Once contaminated, these items are no longer recyclable and become trash. To complete the circle, we must recover good quality recyclables. You can help us by following these 3 simple rules. Recycle only clean bottles, cans, paper, and cardboard. Keep food and liquid out of your recycling container. This can ruin other neighbors' good recycling efforts and cause the whole load to be landfilled. No loose plastic bags and no bagged recyclables. Flimsy plastic like cellophane and plastic bags can really jam up the sorting equipment. When you recycle properly, your materials can be used to make new products, closing the loop and starting the process all over again. Still unsure about what can and cannot be recycled? Visit our Recycle Right website or talk to your collection provider or local community leaders for details about your program. Our local teams form a partnership with the people and businesses within each of the communities we serve to ensure the prompt, safe, and convenient disposal services needed to protect our environment. WM is committed to providing quality recycling programs for a sustainable tomorrow.